18 WJTS Sports presents the Gibson Southern Titans versus the Jasper Wildcats. This game's brought to you by DuBois County Tire and Supply, McDonald's, Carpet Warehouse, Eubler & Sons, Mariners Plumbing, Heating and Air Conditioning, and Westside Dairy Queen. Now let's go down to the court.
Welcome to Jasper High School. This afternoon, the Jasper Wildcats take on the Gibson Southern Titans. The Wildcats 3-1 after their win last night. Got to change that right there. And taking on a Gibson Southern team that knocked off Tell City last night, and they stand 1-0. Hello, everybody. I'm Craig Schneider, along with Jason Stamm and Jeremy Markos on the video. And Jason, we're taking on a Gibson Southern team that obviously, running to the state championship, so some of their players that were on the football team, so it's delayed the start of their season. They beat Tell City last night in their first game 72-50 against a Tell City team that's 0-4 right now, and they lost one of their games where they only scored 19 points, losing to Providence 67-19. So I'm not sure really if they learned a lot about their basketball team last night, but again, they've got a new coach, Mark Royer, who spent the past 3 seasons at Southridge, where he went 19-6, 9-15, but last year took them all the way to the semi-state, finished with a 17-11 record. But I don't know, he doesn't quite have a Colson Montgomery like he had at Southridge in his 3 years there, so it'll be interesting to see what kind of team we see against Gibson Southern this afternoon.
Yeah, I think, obviously they'll play hard because his teams over at Southridge always played hard. They'll get after it on defense. Like you said, they've got a late start. The game last night, you really can't judge much off of that.
Right.
And I think, from our standpoint, from Coach Gable's standpoint and the coaching staff, we're more worried about our team, developing our team as to what the other team's going to do or those type of things. This isn't an easy turnaround for these kids. They're 17, 18-year-old kids, but
yeah.
They got done late last night, and they're back here, and Gibson Southern did too.
Right.
So and they had to travel this morning.
Exactly.
So there's really no excuses today.
Right. All right. So the Wildcats, of course, coming off their win last night, 46-45, right on this floor. A conference win over the Memorial Tigers, so they'll try to build on that. So we are underway here, and the Wildcats, of course, in the man-to-man. Drew Foster's number 4, and the ball gets knocked away, and Foley's been, again, leading the Wildcats in steals this year, so he's obviously after it. Bryant is number 10, Lamb is 12, Caden Hurlis 15, and Brindle is number 33 as Foley comes down with the rebound. All right, so the Cats get their first possession here with their primary starters out there, Ernie, Mundy, Young, Foley, and Heichelbeck down low.
You mentioned that Foley leads the team in steals. A lot of that is dictated this year by him having to guard out on the perimeter more than what he has in the past.
All right, so Mundy pops a jumper right there. He had 11 last night, hit a huge three-pointer to help the Wildcats win in that fourth quarter. But, again, the Wildcats, I'm sure they're happy to see a man-to-man today, so they were able to score in their first possession. There's a drive to the basket, and that's going to be a foul called on Mundy down below the basket there. So it'll be 2 free throws coming for number 10 for the Titans. That's Noah Bryant, so he stands 6 foot, 175. He's got a nice head of hair and nice beard going there too.
Yeah. Today I'd like to see Gus and Connor on the inside. If they're gonna man us up, I'd like to see those 2 guys stay on the post and on the blocks and have a day, because their tallest starter they've got 6'2", and I think these 2 guys ought to be able to not have their way, but have a good game on the inside today in the paint.
Well, that's what Coach Jason Albrand talked about after the ball game last night. He really wanted to see a little bit more of the Wildcats feeding the post against the zone, but yeah, definitely gets a man-to-man, but now they are in a 2-3 zone, so they made the switch there on the second possession. So 2-2 ball game as the Wildcats get into their zone offense. So we'll see if they're able to feed down low like we talked about there.
And I think, we're going to see a lot of that this year, just from the sole standpoint of the size that we have with Gus and Connor. A lot of high school teams can't match up with that. So when you can't match up with it, that's when you have a tendency to play a zone.
Right. Those matchups have obviously got to be straight up, and Cats can't get the bucket there. Tanner got a lot of drives to the lane last night.
And
sometimes got himself into some trouble.
That's exactly right. You got to know when. If you penetrate too deep, you get yourself in trouble, and that's what he did last night a couple of times. You got to either pull up before you get to that and make a pass to somebody or shoot the ball.
Yeah. All right, so Foley tries to take advantage. But see, that's the thing. When you get down low sometimes, you draw everybody into that zone, because it's a 2-3, so sometimes you're going to be triple teamed down there like it was right there.
Yeah, and that's exactly right. Don't force that shot. Look, kick it outside. You've got good at perimeter shooters.
Yeah. Okay, so here we go.
But, and one thing, too, talking about that is, some big men, when they get the ball inside, they're like, well, if I pass it out, I'm not going to get it back.
Yeah.
And as a guard, you got to reward that guy. If he passes it back out to you and you reposition and end up with a better position and they get you the ball, you can still score.
Yeah. Well, just on that last possession, you can see where Gus was, pretty well using his body to get that open shot, but he just didn't knock it down. So they launch a long one there.
So the Cats
coming the other way. And gets knocked away.
I don't expect this to be a clean played game.
I agree.
mean, just like what we said, both teams played last night. They get to bed late, get up early this morning.
Yep.
I can't see it being a real.
Well, and the other thing too, all these kids played travel basketball, and you remember how that was. It's like you can play 2, 3, sometimes 4 games in a day, so. I think we make more of an excuse of it than probably what it really is to the kids.
And you're exactly right. I mean, like I said, they're 17, 18, 16, 17, 18-year-old kids.
Yeah.
I mean,
They're at the height of their athletic.
Yeah, I mean, there is no excuse for it.
Yeah.
But as announcers, that's something that, when these situations happen, that's always the first thing that announcers want to go to. It's like, well, it's because of this, but.
I was just listening to the podcast earlier where they were talking about that. It's like the kids don't really care about certain things that I think the fans and the media talk about. All right, so there's a nice putback there by Caden Hurlis, so he ties this ball game at 4.
We got to do a better job of blocking out.
Our Carter again, he hit that huge three-pointer in the fourth quarter to help the Wildcats to that win last night as Foley draws the contact after that missed shot.
Connor's got to finish that. I mean, he got bumped. He didn't get fouled. He got bumped. And as big and strong and physical as he is, he's got to go up through the basket and hit the shot and then go to the line.
All right, so see if the Cats can improve on the foul shooting. 8 of 19 last night, but Connor Foley starts things off with a make there. And, again, that's another thing. Like you said, and like Jason said, they work on free throws. They try to work on free throws while they're in the middle of conditioning or just, different, runs of their, during their practice and stuff where they're tired and beat up and wore out and stuff like that. But, sometimes they just don't go.
Yeah, so, and a lot of times in practice, there's penalties if you miss them. So the concentration level goes up.
Right.
They're kids. They do. If there's a penalty, they're gonna concentrate. Well, in the game, I mean, there's a so-called penalty, but it's not. I mean, you don't have to run or you don't have to do this if you miss it. So I think sometimes the concentration's laxed.
All right, so that ball did hit a Wildcat's foot. So Titans will hang on to it. 5-4 is our score. Jasper with a 1-point lead. And nice. Oh, no, they call the foul there. So Foley's going to pick up his first personal.
I think he got the block with his hand, but I think he had his body on him. And that's if you watch a lot of basketball, when you block a shot, if it hasn't left the guy's hand, you get called for a foul.
Oh, yeah.
If it's out of his hand, you have a better chance because your body's not going to hit his body.
Right. But I think as a defender, a lot of times you're simultaneously jumping at the same time he is because it's all a matter of timing, really,
Yeah, it is.
So, you're just kind of going up at the same time and you're going to commit that contact there. So 3 points, and he misses the second free throw. So Hurlis 1 of 2 there.
Heltzley, number 23, is in the game for Gibson. So you guys got to move. You know, I mean, Connor caught that ball down there on the post, and he's looking to throw it to somebody, but the only one moving was Jack, who had made the pass to him.
Oh boy.
That's over the back.
So
that was a
tough
heck
shot
of a catch.
there for
And
Helsley.
Even be able to get that up there. But, you know, down there on offense, like I said, Jack fed the post to Connor, and he at least tried to relocate, but the other three guys were just kind of standing dead cut.
Right.
Move. Get to the basket.
All right, so 2:25 here in the first quarter. Tie ball game at 5. He's got a shot there. There you go, Grant. So Grant Young gets a bucket. Cats lead by 2 with 2:10 now. There's a double team as Foley drops down. Couldn't quite handle it and short on that shot, and then back up and in. So number 11, Chandler, gets a bucket.
It's a kick they didn't call.
.138 to go. Tie ball game at 7 as the Cats move it. And ball gets knocked away, and Gibson Southern's going to come up with it.
We're just being careless with the ball. We need to make.
Drops it over to Foster. He can't get the shot, but a put back air. So Chandler coming off the bench with 2 quick buckets. Now the Titans have a 2-point lead, 9-7. Once again, they're having a tough time feeding that post because if you don't have a threat to shoot, which Beekler is normally not going to shoot a three-pointer. Yeah,
and that's why, you know, so that's a good cut. But
well, Beekler proved them wrong. There you go.
And that's what you got to do. I mean, if they're not going to guard you, step up there and shoot it.
Right.
Hit one. You know, then that changes the whole defensive scheme.
You're right. All right, so it gives the Wildcats the lead back 10-9. We're in 35 seconds as Gibson's going to hold for one, it looks like. Coming up on 20 seconds here. See who they go to. They get it down low, nice play, but oh, it does drop in. So Helsley was able to get that up and in over the attempt by Foley to block it.
They shot it a little bit earlier than they wanted to, but you can't fault them for it because, I mean, hell, he was open.
Right, you got to take that open play. All right, so the Titans with that bucket there, and they actually get 6 points off the bench, 2 for Helsley and 4 for Chandler, and they lead 11-10 over the Wildcats here on 18 WJTS. All right, so Jasper's going to have the basketball. Jason, we were just talking about it. 4 of the last 5 quarters of basketball, including last night, Cats have scored 10 points. 10 in the first, third, and fourth last night. 10 in this quarter, so they trail by 1.
Yeah, that's,
don't know if that means anything.
No, but in a high school game, you know, 10 points, that's a 40-point game.
Yeah.
You know, if you're playing good defense, there's nothing wrong with that.
Right. Gus. There we go.
That's not a good shot, though. You know, it went in, but his shoulders weren't square. I mean, he shot with basically facing us.
Yeah.
You know, and he's got to learn to get his shoulders squared up. Like I said, that time it went in, but
I thought the shot he missed was a lot better shot.
Yeah, exactly.
Went off the glass here, but wasn't able to put it up. But there's another bucket, so they're really going to their bench there. That's Garrett Reed, number 3, with a bucket. So 8 points of their 13 have come off the bench. All right, so Titans now get it back here. 13-12, they lead the Wildcats by 1. Beekler one-on-one against Brendel. Then the shot right there. Big bucket for number 23, Helsley. So a 15-12 game now. Jasper falling behind by 3.
our big guys just get stagnant inside. They don't move. They don't get to the open spots. You know, they're just kind of there, you know, taking up space.
Well, Beekler got that blocked as he got the rebound. Gus missed the three.
But again, I don't like Gus out there shooting that. You know, I mean, Gus is the biggest guy on the floor. Get down there and be a space eater on the low post. I'm not saying he can't shoot it and can't hit it. I'm just saying as a whole.
It's been a struggle so far in this season. I don't think he's hit a three-pointer yet. That's
not a good shot, but we'll take it.
All right, so Mooney comes down with the board.
That's the other thing. We're not getting anything out of our transition. I mean, we got to push the ball down the floor.
Right.
Get a low post guy down there to post up so we beat that. Don't let the defense have time to set up. But we just kind of we run our transition, but it's nonchalant.
All right, Mooney, he's had that shot about 3 times. He hit his first one, but misses that one again, and Gus is going to go to the line after a foul here.
That's a tough shot, you know, for a high school kid. I mean, he's not the most physical, you know. I'm not saying he's not strong, but that takes a lot of strength to be able to float into the lane, floating the other way.
Right.
I mean, obviously Larry Bird was probably one of the best ever at that.
Yep.
But he had the body and the build to be able to do it.
Yeah.
You know, I thought that the Bledsoe kid from Lagodi could do that because, again, he has the physical build to do it.
Yeah.
It's not an easy shot.
All right, so that trims the lead a little bit there. 15-13, Titans lead yet. And 2 for 2 for Gus, so good foul shooting from him there. Cats 3 of 4 in the ball game so far. 1-point ball game, 5:19 to go here in the second quarter. To the corner there, Foster brings it up top to Lamb.
They just kind of run a 5-out offense where they cut, screen.
And they look for shots like that, but Brindle's not able to hit it. Tanner Ernie gets cut off in the lane there. Now it's kind of crowded in there. Now everybody backs out.
Yeah, I mean, there I would have liked to seen Grant be ready to. He traveled.
They do call the wall.
I would have liked to seen Grant ready to shoot that when he caught it. I mean, Tanner made some penetration, made the defense collapse on him, and kicked it out. I understand what Grant's trying to do is to penetrate and get it, but he was open.
Yeah.
Catch and shoot.
Sure.
Jasper's
all right, so double team. There we go. Getting a little aggressive on the defense there. All right, so Gus comes down to the rebound.
Go. See, we don't push.
Gus, he's been short on his threes too, you know? It's just, it looks like he's got good follow through, but it's just not quite getting there. All right, so Lamb picks up a personal foul there. That's the 4th on the Titans, 2nd on Lamb. So 15-14, 4:11 to go here in the first half.
Number 24, Yancey, is into the ball game for them.
He's trying to feed it down to Gus. He does get into actually a hold right there by Drew Foster.
See, that's where we've got to get better at being able to feed that post. You know, the defense was wrapped around Gus, playing on the high side. Throw the lob pass to the corner of the backboard, let Gus catch it and lay it in.
All right, so they are manned up right now, so let's see if the Wildcats can.
We got to take advantage of that.
Yeah. Needs to be a situation where, drives and cuts to the basket. Might be there if he can set some good screens. Tanner, though, gets that blocked away, so good defense by Carson Brindle. All right, still at 15-14, 3:40 to go here in the first. Feed into Foley on the inbound. Gathers himself and high off the glass and in. So good play there by Connor. He's got 3. And Cats get the lead back 16-15.
Gibson Southern, they kind of do that opposite of what a lot of teams do. A lot of teams play man and then play zone on an out of bounds. They play zone and man on out of bounds. And I think it's just something to try to switch it up.
So they drop it down. And he's able to get around Foley, so nice play there by Hurlis. He leads them with 5 points.
And that shouldn't happen.
So inside of 3, Titans with a 1-point lead.
Just being nonchalant, lackadaisical on defense.
Yeah. Ooh, there's a push, completely push Connor Foley out of the way to get that rebound.
Kind of looked like last night. Yeah. Oh, there's a nice pass.
Woo. Good cut to the basket there and a bucket up and in. So a beautiful pass, beautiful finish. And Gibson Southern has a 3-point lead. All right, we'll take a full here. 19-16, Jasper trails on 18 WJTS. 2:42 to go here. Titans with the 19-16 lead. Titans have 5 fouls, only 2 fouls whistled on the Wildcats, so that's where we kind of stand as far as potential 1-on-1 and bonus situations.
Gibson switched to a man-to-man now. I mean, we got to take advantage of that.
Yeah.
Oh,
ooh, man.
They didn't even call a foul on that.
I
guess he didn't. I mean, I don't know if he hit him with his foot, but I mean, they don't. There's no way they've got 2 guys out there that can guard Connor and Gus.
Right.
No way. And we have to be smart enough to realize that. I mean, somebody out there as a leader has to take control of that. You know, whether it needs to be a guard and say, okay, let's run our man offense, look inside to get the ball in there.
All right, so subs coming in. Beekler, number 11, Chandler back in. Chandler had 4 points in that first quarter. Yeah, they're completely 4 out, 1 in. Now
they leave the paint wide open.
Yeah.
And they like to cut, you know.
All right, that's a baseline jumper, and he pops it. So Brindle's got 4 points in the quarter. He's hit their last 2, and now they lead by 5, 21-16. So Jasper, at this point, be happy if they can just get up to their 10 points. They've only scored 6 in the quarter.
I was sitting here thinking the exact same thing when you said that. Be like, well, I hope they can get to 10 today or this quarter.
Just can't get it down low. Foley, now he finally draws the foul, but he missed the alley-oop. Beekler wasn't able to hit the putback, and then Foley got fouled on that one. So they got 2 offensive rebounds there, but hopefully Foley can give us something to show for it with 2 free throws. So that foul was whistled on Noah Bryant. And gets the rattle in.
Englert's in for Mundy. I mean, there's just not a lot of energy in the game.
I agree.
You know, and that's not the coaches. Mm-hmm. You know, that's the players.
Right.
I mean, you know, this is one of your regular season games.
Yeah, you only play 22 regular season games. Let's do it.
I don't care when they are, if they're a Tuesday night, a Saturday afternoon, you got to be ready to play.
Right.
I mean, there's no reason, no excuse for it. And as a coach, you know, as a coaching staff, they do all they can, you know.
Oh,
they traveled. But it's the kids. It's the players. They're the ones that have to, you know, come out here and, you know, there's got to be some leadership in there and say, okay, guys, today's not going to be easy.
Right.
But we got to let's go out and let's show them that we can do this.
I agree.
You know, and the thing with it is with the way the tournament is anymore, you don't have this type of, you know, back when we were in school, you played in the morning, and if you won in the morning, you played in the evening. Yeah. You know, and they don't have
the regionals the only thing, or their only tournament that does that, really.
Yeah. So, you know, but you have to have leadership that says, okay, let's go. We got somebody's got to have us ready to play.
All right, so Albran misses everything on that 3. So now Gibson's got a chance with 25 seconds and a 3-point lead. So they're going to back up for 1, obviously. Down to 13 now. Foster. get it down to the baseline. They feed, and not
he
able to
missed it.
finish there was Heltzley. And Cats will get a shot, and Foley bangs it off the backboard. So, well, just like you said, again, just not much energy in that first half. 21-18's the result.
Yeah, it's kind of what, unfortunately, kind of what you would think, would expect. It kind of goes back to what we were just saying. It shouldn't, but you kind of expect it. It's not an excuse.
No.
Somebody needs to light a fire under somebody's behind here at halftime and say, hey, you're here, why not play?
Right.
Don't just it looks to me like we're out there going through the motions.
Yeah.
We're running our offense, but we're not cutting with a purpose. We're not doing anything with a purpose. We're just ho-hum.
Yeah.
Let's get through it. Let's get the game over with today.
Yeah.
Whatever. It's just there's no intensity.
Right. All right, we'll see what we get in the second half here. So we're at halftime. Jasper trailing 21-18 on 18 WJTS. We're at halftime. Jasper trailing 21-18 against the Titans of Gibson Southern. Take a look at the scoring. First for the Titans, 6 players have scored. 3 of them off the bench. 4 points from Heltzley. Chandler had 4. Reed had 2. Their starters scored. Hurlis with 5, 4 for Brindle, and 2 points for Bryant. For the Wildcats, 5 players have scored. All 5 starters scored. Ernie with a bucket. Carter with a bucket. Grant Young with a bucket. And Foley had 5, including 3 or 4 from the free throw line. Gus with a bucket and 2 free throws. And a 3-pointer popped by Michael Beekler off the bench. So the Wildcats will bring out their starters here, and we'll find out if we get more energy like we were expecting.
I hope. I mean,
if not, you and I just bring some energy up here.
Yeah, I mean, it's a dead atmosphere. There's no band.
Yeah.
There's no,
Even the students are
not limited, but they're not like normal.
Right.
Gibson didn't bring many people. There's not many people here from Jasper.
No.
It's but again, these guys ought to be used to this. They played in front of nobody last year.
Yeah.
So
it's true.
It's not that's not an excuse.
All right, so the Wildcats trying to set up some. I think they're trying to bring a trap up there.
Yeah, it looks like they're
into it. They're actually 1-2-2 zone.
1-2-2 zone. That's where the opening's going to be, though. In that.
And Foley was kind of late to trap in the corner, but he's able to save the basketball. So here comes Jasper. Again, get those transition buckets.
Yeah, I mean, we got nothing out of that. We had numbers, and we got nothing out of it.
Well, Ernie popped the jumper, though. All right, so good start for the Wildcats. Trim it to 1. All right, so there's the trap attempt, and he was able to split the defenders.
See what
he's on the floor, and he chucks it right back out. Nice job by Hurlis there, but three-pointer doesn't go.
But what Gibson was doing was they were passing the ball. Crisp passes, moving it, and they just were able to expose the defense.
Right.
And that's what we don't do. I mean, it's hard to explain to the people, but we pass the ball, but we don't pass it with authority and quick.
Yeah.
It's hard for the defense to move if you're moving the ball quickly.
Right. Yeah.
Move it before the defense has a chance to get there to set that trap. I mean, you can wear a defense out if you move the ball the way you need to.
Yes. Especially against the zone.
Yeah.
That's where the ball movement's really got to be quick and precise and
crisp. I mean, put something on the pass. Don't just throw the pass.
All right, so a three-pointer launch there. He hit that from the tee. So a nice shot there by Jackson Lamb. Now they got a 4-point lead.
See, we catch, we look, and we don't move the ball.
Well, Moondy hits that jumper, though.
But we can get him that shot a lot if we move the ball quickly.
Yeah. All right, so matching three-pointers gets it back to a 1-point game. Titans 24, Jasper 23, 2 minutes into the third quarter here.
Jasper went back to their man-to-man now.
Brendel is forced to back up there. Now Bryant's got it in the corner. Grant Young all over him. So basically took it as a challenge, and Grant wins that challenge as he missed the shot. Now here comes Tanner with an easy layup. So there you go with the transition bucket.
Foley should get the assist on that.
Yeah,
he was down there and he sealed his man off and let Tanner have a clear lane to the basket.
So it gives the Wildcats a 1-point lead, 25-24 here. Oh man, if he just stays his ground right there.
Stay on his feet. He's got the height and
right.
everything. Just stay there and put your hands straight up. That's a tough shot for that guy, but he bailed him out by committing the foul.
So that foul goes on Gus. First one on the Wildcats. First one on Gus today. Afternoon matinee basketball here. Jasper against Gibson Southern as free throw goes in for Hurlis. Yeah, this was supposed to be a night game, but I think had to reschedule because there's a formal dance or something at Gibson Southern tonight.
I knew they had some kind of conflict. Is why they had to move it to the afternoon.
All right, so 2 for 2 there. And Titans get their lead back, 26-25.
Move the ball. Move it.
Carter in rhythm this time, but misses. But Gus gets the long board. High off the glass, up and in. Nice play there by Gus. He's got 6, and the Cats get the lead back. We're going back and forth now, 27-26. Feeding in the corner, and that's going to be a bump called on Carter.
Just a little late moving his feet to get to that spot. You got to beat that guy to that spot on the baseline and cut him off. You got an extra defender in the baseline, so you got to get there and cut him off.
All right, so Chandler's back in. Heltzley's back in. Second foul on Carter Moondy. Jasper with a 1-point lead as they run their inbound play here. Foley all over. Forces it back out to Bryant. Hurlis 1-on-1 against Foley. Drives, kicks. Three-pointer on the way, not there. Long rebound comes down to Moondy. Here we go.
You know, in high school basketball, you see that happen so many times where the shooter doesn't follow his shot. If he follows his shot, he gets his own rebound. I guess high school shooters think, there's a nice move.
Foley with a spin and up and in.
High school shooters, I guess, think they're so good that every shot they shoot's going to go in. They don't have to follow it. There ain't going to be no rebound.
All right, so Foley gives the Wildcats a 3-point lead now, 29-26, 3:47 to go, third quarter. Ball screen set there, now he gives it up. Bryant. Been a nice matchup between him and Grant Young, but kicks it out to the corner, and it's drilled there by Heltzley. He's got 6 points off the bench tonight.
That's what penetration does. It forces them to help like they had to there and leave the guy wide open for an open shot.
Moondy gives it up to Gus. He's double teamed, triple teamed now, and kicks it back out. Now Cats to Grant Young up top, and the ball gets kicked, so Cats will hang on. Beekler Allbrand in.
Ernie and Heichelbeck come out.
You know, just one guy who's kind of needs to get on track with his shooting is Allbrand. We'll see if he can do it here on this possession. Good job by Moondy to go to the basket and get that bucket. Moondy, 5 points in the quarter here, and the Wildcats with a 3-point lead, 31-28.
We need a good defensive stop here. I mean, we get 3-point lead, but then we go down and let them score.
All right, he pulls up from the elbow and doesn't go. Way short on that shot.
That was good defense.
Yes.
Forced him into a tough shot.
Beekler's feeling it tonight. Not that time, though. Foley gets the board and off the front of the rim, and then he picks up the frustration fouls we talk about.
Yep. See that so many times in high school basketball.
And in grade school and pickup basketball.
Oh, yeah.
We never call them pickup.
No. No blood, no foul.
Yeah, really.
Just keep playing.
All right, 31-28. Jasper with a 3-point lead, 2:22 to go, third quarter.
That play that they just ran right there, they ran a lot when Coach Rohr was at Southridge for Montgomery, because he would come off that double screen and be able to catch and shoot.
All right, so Bryant gets an open look from the corner, and he pops his first bucket of the night. There's a three-pointer and ties this game. We'll take a break, 2:01. Jasper 31, Titans 31 and 18 WJTS. Well, Jason, if it's a prize fight so far, I think everybody would call this a draw right now, and that's why the score's 31-31. Neither team can quite get on a big run or anything to pull away.
No, you're exactly right. Both teams are just struggling to find their momentum.
There's a whistle. And Foley gets called for the illegal screen.
You know, that's a play that you see a lot in high school, where they set a double screen and the offensive guy runs between the two screeners, and then in my opinion, they could call that a foul every time, because those two guys setting the screens, as soon as their guy gets through, they move in to pinch them off. Well, they're both moving to set that screen.
Yeah.
Because to set a screen, you're supposed to have your feet set, and the offensive guy has to run his defensive guy into the screen.
Foley's forced to sit with his third foul, and it's 4 on the Wildcats, none on Gibson Southern so far here in this third quarter, as we got a minute and a half to go. Forced shot, man. I'm coaching. I'm taking that kid out. That's an awful shot.
I'm not happy with that. You know, you got a tie ball game. You did a good job down on defense. You get the ball back, and then you force up a.
And you could see they were running a half-court set there, and he just totally ignored it and just blew up with a terrible shot. So 31-31. See if Jasper can take advantage here. Feed into Gus. Now he draws the triple team, but there's the three. We got to hit this, Albrand. There you go. All right, Jack Albrand hits a big bucket there.
Maybe that'll give him a little confidence.
3-point lead, 34-31, 52 seconds. Titans work it down to 38 seconds now. Chandler, good job by Beekler to cut him off. Ryan, who popped a three not too long ago, has got it. Now they will work down to that one shot. 20 seconds.
They'll set up a set play here with about 10 probably. They'll go around there. Yep.
All right. 5 seconds they call, because Albrand was on there covering him.
Yeah, and they just kind of stood there and didn't do anything.
Trying to psych each other out.
This is a big possession right here. We've got a 3-point lead. We've got 6 basically 7 seconds to get a good shot.
Right. Just don't fart around and just
got
get the ball across
got
and
Mundy
score.
back in the game here, you know, for possibly a last-second shot.
He sets a screen there. Now, oh, man. Yeah, I think Grant just was completely out of control there.
Yeah,
he was determined to get that shot. So, not a good possession for the Cats.
Gibson's gets Headley back in. I don't know, you can't get much off here.
Right, 0.7. Hey, I would just throw it long. That's going to be tough. Nope, nothing there. All right, so Jasper was able to hit a three-pointer there by Albrand and gives them a 3-point lead, 34-31 as we go into the fourth here on 18 WJTS. Jasper basketball to start the fourth quarter here. 34-31, 3-point lead for Jasper.
Need a good possession here.
Gus, aggressive, strong and in. There we go. 8 points for Gus. 5-point lead. I think it's the biggest lead for Jasper today.
Probably for either team.
Yeah.
But, I mean, that's a play right there that we ought to be able to score on about any time we want.
Yeah. If he just aggressively goes to that spot. Can't get the roll there for Hurlis, and Cats come down with it. Here comes Young to the corner. Tanner Ernie gives it back up.
This can be a dangerous spot right here for Gibson. I mean, the game can get a little bit out of handle.
Yeah.
You know, if Jasper can work and get a good shot and be able to score.
But again, patiently wait for that good shot.
That's exactly right.
Because Carter, a lot of times, he'll attack that and force that shot up, and he did a nice job backing it up. Still not there. Gus, you got a hit. Still can't find that three-point shot. Beekler can't come down with the board. All right, so Gibson's got a chance here to cut into it. And an easy drop down there. He draws the contact and puts it up and in. Man, what a play there by Drew Foster.
I just think, you know, our two big guys with Foley and Heichelbeck, we try to block too many shots. You know, Gus is a big body in there. Just put your hands
Just
straight
disrupt
up
it,
and
yeah.
make them shoot over the top of you. You know, and it just seems like we bail teams out by committing that foul like that.
Yeah. All right, so Heichelbeck will sit. Just 2 fouls on him, but 5 fouls on Jasper. Not a single foul called on the Titans so far.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is, but it's like.
I'm sure Gable's talking to the official about that right now, but he's not able to convert, but gets his own rebound, and that's going to be another foul on the Wildcats. This one's going on Grant.
Yeah, the next foul, they're in the bonus.
I know. So 6 fouls now on Jasper, 0 fouls on the Titans. Jasper has a 3-point lead. Mooney.
See, he gambled in it, and luckily we didn't get out of, or we got out of it without a shot. But
Hurlis lobs in, and now a nice feedback to. Man, what a play. Nice feedback from Heltzley right over there to Bryant. Bryant hits his second three-pointer. Ties this ball game at 36.
Again, that shot was generated by the penetration from the guard, and you know, he looked to the outside and found the guy standing out there wide open.
That's what you call good court awareness right there.
Yep. We got to get the ball in there to Connor. I mean, he's the guy trying to guard him. Nothing against that kid, but he don't have a chance.
No, he should not. I mean,
Connor's
got at least 4 inches on him, and
you know, and the bad part of that is, I mean, Connor's got to work hard to get open.
Right.
But when he gets open, you got to get him the ball. Reward him for his hard work.
Yeah. All right, so that's going to be a foul. The first foul called on Gibson Southern here with 5:36 to go in the fourth. All right, still locked at 36 here, 5:36 on the clock. I see Cats get a bucket on an inbound, but shot's not there. Mundy will drive to lane, and he completely walked, but got away with it and put it up and in.
Yeah, he did. He changed pivot feet.
I think that's a Euro, African, name any nation you want to as far as that step there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Drive air kick out. Misses everything on that three. So Chandler with the look of shame after missing a 3-point shot there. Jasper 2-point lead and the ball back.
Need to get a good offensive possession here. Move the ball.
Moody drives, stops. Oh, can't get the shot to drop. All right, 4:45 now. 2-point lead for the Cats. It's been Moody, or I'm sorry, Young against Bryant all night tonight. Feed over to the corner there. It's not there for Foster. Now he feeds it down low and gets it back out to Chandler. Chandler gets to the baseline. Shot not there. Almost saved there by Helsley, but he steps on the line, so Jasper will get it. Substitution is number 12, Lamb, comes back in the ball game. Gus came back in for the Cats, right?
Yes.
Yep.
For Beekler.
All right, we're down with 4:10 on the clock right now. Jasper basketball, 2-point lead, 38-36. Gus, he's got a drop at, he does. So Gus showing some good moves down low.
And again, that's a set play that we ran, executed it, and ended up with a good shot.
Right.
You know, it just goes to show if the players will listen and do what the coaching staff wants them to do, they can get them good shots.
Sure.
Now, obviously, they got to hit them, but it's a high percentage shot.
40-36, 3.5 to go. That's a real tough shot there for Bryant. So Jasper can build to their biggest lead of the ball game. They're up by 4 right now. Albrand drives, gives it back to Foley. He's got a mid-range jumper. It doesn't go, though. And coming down with a rebound is Foster. Quickly to Lamb on the right side. 3:02 to go. Little one-on-one action there. And Cats win that battle. Foley comes down with it. Here we go, 2:50 now on the clock. 4-point lead. And they commit a foul there. They can get aggressive with their fouls because that's only their second foul.
Yeah, they can take a little bit of risk on defense, trying to come up with a steal or something here. Helsley and Chandler are back in for Gibson.
All right, so they're actually going to inbound down here on the baseline.
Yeah, I'm not sure where the foul. I think the rule of thumb is if the foul's below the free throw line, it's on the baseline. If it's above, it's on the side. But I don't know where that one was actually called.
But again, this is a situation where just patiently wait for a good shot. You don't need to be aggressive. You got a 4-point lead. Now it's right there. He gets a good position and good job and puts it up and in. Nice job by Foley to get it down to Grant Young. But again, that was in the context of the offense right there, getting that bucket.
That's exactly right. You know, and as a coach, you like to see that, but it's like, why can't you guys do this? Yeah, they're not going to do it every time, but
last 2 possessions they have, though.
Yeah, and you've ended up, again, why? You know, he's trying to block the shot.
Well,
and it just doesn't. It'll drive a coach nuts.
He makes that shot. It's an unbelievable shot because he was moving, kind of off balance, throwing over the top of his head. He didn't need to commit that foul.
No, you bailed him out. Now you put him to the free throw line with the clock stopped and a chance to score.
All right, so 42-36. Put up here a foul on number 44, first foul. We don't have a 44 on the floor.
No.
So that's Foley's. I think it's third foul.
It should have been on Foley, I think.
All right, so first foul shot doesn't go. Second one does, so 1 of 2 for Chandler there. All right, now we're down to 2:08, 2:07. We're going to take a timeout. So John Gable's going to get his team under control here. They lead by 5, 42-37 here on 18 WJTS. All right, so Jason, Coach John Gable, Coach Jason Albrand directing their team out there. I'm sure they're going to be facing a pretty active defense with 2:07 to go here.
Yeah, Gibson's got to come out here and force the issue on defense. You know, it looks like they're going to play a man-to-man, but they got to, you know, like you said, they've got 2 team fouls, so they've got to be aggressive and go for steals. If they commit a foul, so what? And we got to take care of the basketball. We got to handle it, you know.
All right, so the Young drives baseline, was able to get it to the corner there to Carter.
You know, and the thing we've got to do too is, I mean, we got to stay aggressive. You still got to look to score.
Right.
You know,
If it's there.
If it's there, yeah, exactly. You don't want to force a shot, but if you've got a layup or a drive to the basket, go. You know, don't just try to run the clock.
Right. Yeah, you need something. You know, it's just like you said, baseline, backdoor, something that's there, and you know, if there's a defensive misstep or something, you know.
Yeah, I mean, once this clock gets down to about a minute, then what'd they call?
They called something down. What in the world?
The baseline
They
official.
called a foul. Oh, boy. Jasper got bailed out there. They called a hold by Drew Foster.
Yeah.
Because that ball was stolen and going the other way. Because Gus it was Gus out there, wasn't it? He got in a little trouble there with the basketball. All right, so Jasper gets a break here. That's a 4th foul on Gibson, so they still got 3 to give. But time running out, 1:28, 5-point lead for Jasper. Grant drives.
Now you got to pass the ball. Pass it, move.
Yeah.
Don't let them have an opportunity to foul.
Yeah.
You know, and that's what I don't understand a lot of times with kids. You know, move the ball.
Yeah.
You're not. You know, if you hold it and they foul you, you're not shooting free throws.
Yeah.
Move the ball so the clock keeps running.
All right, so they make some changes here. Reed comes in, and also 33, Brindle's back in, so I'm sure they want some shooters on the floor. If they
and they got to get guys in with no
foul. Yeah,
with
that's
no
right.
fouls.
Foster's got 4 fouls there. Oh, man, the Cats almost lose it there, so get it across here. Come on, Grant. He's counting on you. He's counting. Don't get that 10-second. Oh, boy. All right, now down 106, and that's foul number 5 or 6.
6, I believe.
Yeah, foul number 6. All right.
You know, and here's a situation where, you know, it probably hurt Gibson that they didn't have team fouls because now the clock's running and they haven't gotten it. You know, Jasper's had the ball the whole time and they've been committing fouls, whereas if they would have been in the bonus, they would have made a foul, they would have shot free throws, and they would have got the ball.
Yeah.
I mean, there's times when that hurts you when you don't have enough team fouls.
All right, so Allbrand in trouble. Call the timeout. There we go.
They
John
did.
Gable's right there by the official and called it. All right, so 56.7. Jasper with a 3-point lead when we come back on 18 WJTS. All right, 6 fouls on Gibson. See if they commit a quick one here. 53 seconds. Oh, man, right off the knee of Foley, just what Gibson wanted was an unforced turnover there.
Yeah. Now they got to score quick.
They launch one there, doesn't go. Bat it back out. Titans recover. All right, so Gibson Southern calls the timeout here. So, all right, well, Gibson obviously needs a bucket here. When we come back, it's 42-37 with 32 seconds to go on 18 WJTS. Titans basketball, they trail by 5, 32 seconds to go.
They've got to score quick and get a quick foul. Next foul puts Jasper in the bonus. So, you know, we're obviously going to have to hit some free throws.
They get a good look there, but short on the shot.
That was good defense. You know, you don't want to commit the foul there. Even if the guy scores, okay. But I think it was Beekler. Did a good job. He didn't try to block it. He went straight up with his hands straight up, forced him into a tougher shot.
All right, so here's Allbrand stepping up to the line. Cats were 5 of 6 in the first quarter, or in the first half from the foul line. You have to shoot one here in the second half. Allbrand looks confident stepping up there. We just need him to hit both of them. He's got to earn the second one with the first, and he does it. There you go. Allbrand's got 4 points. Makes it a 6-point lead with 19.5. That's a pretty good margin.
Yeah.
Well, he misses the second one, so they can do it with 2 possessions. Quick 3 on the way, and nothing but the bottom of the net there for Hurlis, and they call a quick timeout. So just what they needed to stay in this basketball game. So 43-40 with 12.8 here, Jason.
Yeah. again, it seems like a common theme, but it's going to come down to taking care of the basketball and free throws.
Yeah.
Again, it seems like almost every game we've played this year has come down to that. But, here again, you had a 3-point lead with 12.8. If you do those things, you're going to win this basketball game. If you slip up and you make a turnover like we did a while ago with a bad pass, that gives the other team the opportunity.
Yeah.
If you don't give the other team the opportunity here, you win this ball game.
Right.
It's just that simple.
Right.
You got to make your free throws. And, right now it's a one-possession game. If you make one free throw, it becomes a two-possession game. So, you got to take care of it. Be strong with the basketball. Don't let them, because they're going to be bumping and going for the steal.
Yeah.
And you have to take care of it.
All right, so the inbound goes to Gus. He's got to give it up.
He's got to pass it.
Yeah.
Don't stand there and hold it.
Yeah, wait for the foul.
Look for somebody to throw it to. I mean, he had his back to the down court, and it was almost like, well, I'm gonna hold on to this till you foul me. No, pass it.
Well, in the situations, it's a 1-and-1. It's not double bonus here, so he's got to hit that first one to make it that two-possession.
That's exactly
situation.
right. You missed this one, and we're back in that where they were last night.
Big free throw. There you go, Gus. All right, so he's been perfect tonight, 3 for 3.
Gibson's got one timeout left, so they got to look to score quick and probably call a timeout.
And knocks them both down. So nice job here by Heichelbeck. We'll get actually Tanner's in.
Ernie come in for Gus
for
a defense to
perimeter
put a little
defense.
Perimeter defense, put a little pressure on him. We're going to pick him up full court just to waste some time.
All right, so the Titans going to need some sort of Reggie Miller miracle, but you got to hit this first one, and that's way off.
That's it.
Now there's a rebound. Actually going to call a foul on Gibson Southern on a rebound. So this is going to seal this basketball game for the Jasper Wildcats with 4.3 to go, 45-40.
It's another hard-fought victory like last night was. Those are good games. These are good games to have early in the season.
Right.
I think one thing that I've noticed a little bit different from this year's team compared to last year's. It just seemed like last year we never got to the point where we were able to do this, to finish a game. If we had a chance to win it, we just found a way to lose last year.
Oh, we did.
This year's, so far, fortunately, it looks like we've been able to find ways to win these games.
Right.
Now, our free throw shooting has been.
That just changes the margin there with Hurlis hitting that three.
So, you're going to walk out of here with a 3-point victory tonight. You're happy to take a victory out of here. You have a successful weekend. You come out of it 2-0. A couple hard-fought games. You try to build on that as a team, as a coaching staff, and I know these guys, and they will. They'll watch a lot of film from these games and try to get better with it. Next weekend it doesn't get any easier. You got a Friday, Saturday.
2 road games.
Two road games, exactly. So, those are going to be a little bit tougher. I don't know a lot about Corden on Saturday.
Yeah.
Friday night's at Boonville. Boonville's always a tougher place to go play for us, it seems, anyways.
Yeah, it is.
So, from as far as this weekend goes, like I said, you come out of it with 2 victories. You're happy for that part. And as a coaching staff, I think you look at, did we get better this weekend? And I'm not going to even try to speculate in the coach's eyes, did we?
Yeah.
That's their call.
Right.
Did we get better? Did we do some good things? Which I think we did. Is there room for improvement? Well, yeah, there's a big room for a lot of improvements, but I think from that standpoint, the coaches are going to be pleased with picking up 2 wins, especially one of them being a SIAC win.
Yeah.
But it's a long season,
right?
And we're still early. We're still in December. We just got to continue to work hard.
Right.
And that's the biggest thing for young kids is, they get better during the week, Monday through Thursday. You know, Friday and Saturday are for the fans.
Yeah.
But as a team, you work hard during the week to get better.
Right.
You know, and that's where players have a hard time understanding that.
Right.
You know, coaches don't. I mean, obviously that's what they work for is that week of practice. So we'll just have to see how they do and continue to work hard.
Yeah. Well, and again, you know, that's the bottom line. If you would have said at the beginning of the season, hey, the Wildcats' first 5 games are going to be 4-1, I mean, every fan, every parent would have been happy with that one.
Oh, there's no doubt. You know, you and I remember sitting over at Southridge, you know, before the first game that Tuesday night, you know, trying to speculate what we thought what our record would be for the year, you know, and at that point you have no idea, obviously, because you hadn't seen anybody play yet.
Yeah.
So like you said, to sit here 4-1 at this point in the season, you got to be pleased from the record standpoint.
Yeah.
As a coach, you look at how are we playing, you know, to get to that 4-1 mark. You know, in my opinion, we've played 2 good teams, Bossy and Lagodi.
Yeah.
You know, and we're 1-1 against those 2.
Right.
Now that's not I'm not taking anything away from Gibson or Memorial or Southridge.
Right.
But to me, those were the 2 best teams we've played.
Yeah.
So as a former coach of young guys, but I would look at it that way and say, okay, against the better competition, we're 1-1. You know, we were in the Lagodi game. You know, we had a chance to win it, didn't. So okay, but like you said, to be 4-1 at this point in the season, you got to be fairly pleased with it.
Well, and the other thing too is that, I mean, because Southridge, obviously with the new coach, the Southridge coach goes over to Gibson Southern. Both those teams are work in progress, you know. So obviously with Jasper, all these kids have played in the system because John Gable's been here for 15 years. So
no doubt.
You would expect for Jasper to be better prepared for some of those games. Now, sometimes you get a situation where it's just you got a team that's just more athletic. And, you know, and again, we had that really against Bossy. And, you know, Burkhart's been there forever as well, you know, so that's the thing. But I thought that was really a great matchup for us to really prove what our skill level is.
Yeah, and Bossy, you know, team. To build off of what you said, Memorial, same type of thing. That's their coach's second season,
year.
So it's still relatively new system.
Yeah.
But Bossy, you know, was more athletic. So to me, that was a good game. I think we were fortunate it was their first game.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not sure how that outcome's going to be.
Game 18.
Exactly. I'm not saying we can't beat them again
or
wouldn't beat them again, but it's a different game.
It is.
There's no doubt.
Yeah.
But from the same sense, you know, you said, you know, Burkhardt had been there for a long time, so those guys have played under that system for just like these guys have.
Right.
And that plays a little bit into it, you know, that the average fan probably doesn't see that or understand that. But, you know, when kids get comfortable with a coach or with a system, you know, these kids for Jasper have been running these same drills, these same things in practice since they were a sophomore.
Yeah. Right.
Because the sophomores, juniors, and seniors all practice together.
Yep.
And sometimes, you know, a freshman here or there will.
Yeah.
So that's an advantage to have that, to where these kids are practicing under that same toolage of coaching staff for a long extended period of time.
Right.
So.
All right, well, we'll take a break. Looks like we got a couple coaches coming up here. We'll get one of them to talk with us and discuss this win. Jasper wins 46-43 over the Gibson Southern Titans here on 18 WJTS. And we're back once again here. John Gable with a smile on his face. You won 2 games and within what? How many hours?
Well, they weren't works of art, that's for sure. But I think the thing we're happy about is, you know, I think hopefully some of this is pay back a little bit for last year. We took our lumps last year and we learned some tough lessons, and hopefully this is kind of our answer back. Hopefully it's paid off. We paid some dues, and hopefully it's paid off for us. But I think last year both of these close games we found ways to lose them.
Right.
And you know, Memorial and Gibson Southern, they're both pretty decent ball clubs. They shoot the ball pretty well, and they both play a lot of kids, and they both play a really similar style. They both zoned us, so there was almost like, I'm going to get the games confused in my memory. I'm going to have to go back and watch the films because it was
true.
Similar scores. Similar scores, similar strategies,
nights.
Similar players. But finding ways to win close games, even when you're not hitting shots, I think that's a nice testament to our kids.
Right. Well, let's talk about what were you happy with tonight as far, I mean, obviously the win, but some of the things you saw on the floor.
You know, overall, defensively, I thought I don't think we give a lot of open shots. I think teams have been doing a pretty decent job hitting good shots against us. So when you're keeping teams into the 40s, that's a good thing. But I thought the bad part was we weren't hitting shots. I mean, I think at halftime we were 1 for 9 from the 3-point line with some really good looks.
Yeah.
And I think we were like 6 for 24 from the field at halftime.
Oh, wow. I didn't know those numbers.
It's just we weren't shooting the ball well, and so we had to re-zero our energy into defense. And I thought we did a pretty decent job of that.
Okay. Well, and the other thing, too, I mean, they showed some different looks defensively against us tonight. We saw the zone. We saw a little bit man-to-man here. We've had a chance to talk with Jason and also I think with Caleb last week what we were able to do against the zone defense. So I want to hear your thoughts on that.
Well, when you play a zone, first of all, you got to get the ball moving, and we're not very good at that right now. The zone gets to rest. We have to get the ball moving from left to right. We have to incorporate some more skip passes. We have to reverse the ball inside out. You know, you can hit the high post or the low post and kick opposite from there. We have to dribble, penetrate, and kick the ball back out to guys that are spotting up. But right now we're a little stagnant. We're not moving the ball quick enough, and we're not getting the ball inside effectively. And then on top of that, today we didn't shoot the ball from out effectively. And that's the trifecta of how to let a zone stop you.
Right.
So we've got some work to do. And you know, unfortunately, not only did we lose last week at Lagodi, they gave everyone a blueprint right now of how to defend us. Yeah. And so right now we're going to see zone across the board, I would imagine. And we're going to have to get better at it. We're just going to, and we know we can't keep relying on getting a few breaks down the stretch to win close games.
Right.
We need to put some distance between ourselves and a team that we're a little bit better than by knocking down open shots and just moving the ball better and being more efficient in the half-court offense.
And obviously, you know, with Gus Heichelbeck and Foley, they're your two bigs down low that have the scoreability that they have. In that zone, especially on a 2-3, they drop it down in there. They're going to pack it 2 or 3, you know, a double or triple team down there. They got to get that ball right back out.
Yeah, and that's the strategy of a zone. You're banking on the fact that the team that you're playing isn't going to be knocking down outside shots, and they're going to live from the outside and miss, and then they're also trying to take away our bigs. And I think people saw our Southridge game and they saw our Bossy game, and they saw how good Connor and Gus and Michael Beekler can be down there around the bucket, and so they're trying to neutralize that. And so far, so good for them. You know, Connor and Gus have really had to work hard to get their points.
Yeah. So. Well, I'll tell you what. You know, when you look at the season and you thought, okay, 5 games into it, we're going to be 4-1. You know, especially with 2 huge conference wins. I mean, as a broadcaster fan watching all this, I mean, I'm pretty happy with where we're at this point.
Well, it's better than the alternative, that's for sure. So we are, and I don't want to sound negative because I am proud. I am glad that they've got it. It was a tough weekend to play last night, to come back in this morning and play a team that we had, you know, quite literally knew nothing about till 11 o'clock last night because last night was Gibson Southern's first game. Right. Yeah. And we didn't get to play Gibson Southern last year because of COVID. That game got canceled, and then this year we postponed the game because they went to state in football, won a state championship in football. Right. And so they didn't play their first game till last night, and they have a new coach, Markos, first year. So till I turned that film on at 11 o'clock last night, I quite literally had zero clue about their personnel.
So you at least got that in your hands.
Yeah, and we were able to get a scouting report together, and actually it ended up being pretty consistent. They started the same guys, and the attributes that those guys had were very similar to what happened last night. So we got something on them, and that was good. But it was a lot of last-second racing around.
Right. All right, well, you get to enjoy a little bit more of the weekend instead of, you know, having to play on a Saturday night, Saturday afternoon. What are your thoughts on playing these Saturday afternoon games?
You know, I'm a big fan of it. I've always have been. Yeah. To me, it just makes a little bit of sense. And even if we don't play in the afternoon, I think maybe on a Saturday, there's nothing wrong with like a 4 or 5 o'clock JV start and starting that varsity game earlier. Right. And I think, college programs play in the day.
All the time.
It's the same thing with I think the same thing with high school football. I love Saturday afternoon football games. Right. But we've got this in our mindset that it has to be after dark for some reason. Yeah, but
I agree.
Now that's when the bigger crowds come usually, unfortunately. But you know, I've got no problem playing a Saturday game. It's not really ideal to play Friday night, Saturday afternoon. Right. But and obviously the attendance wasn't real great tonight. But well, that was also partially due to the fact that it's over Christmas holidays and this is a rescheduled game. Yeah. So there's all kinds of factors, but it was a good enough crowd for a Saturday afternoon. Right. They made some noise. We could hear them.
from a selfish standpoint, I was able to work last night's game. I get to work this one because I got to play with Studebaker tonight. So.
All right. Yeah. Yeah, that's good.
So I get 3 for 3. So
yeah, it keeps you out of the house too and makes Jamie happy.
Oh yeah, how about that? All right. All right. Well, hey, congratulations on the win, 4-1 start, and I'll miss you next week. I'm actually going to be in Nashville for the weekend, so going to enjoy some time with my wife, Jamie.
Yeah,
so
good.
It'll
Good
be
for
a
you.
good time. So Kerry will be around, so
Good.
he'll cover the ball game. So, but hey, got to be happy with the start.
Yeah, we'll take it. We've got a lot of work to do, a long way to go, but
Yes.
2 good wins this weekend.
All right. Well, congratulations.
All right. Thank you.
All right. John Gable, ladies and gentlemen. Jasper with a win tonight, 46-43. All right, so we'll do a quick rundown of the numbers here for the Wildcats. Tanner Ernie finishes with 7 points. Carter Mundy finishes with, what do you have here in the second half? He had 9 points overall. We got 4 points from Grant Young, 7 points for Connor Foley. Gus Heichelbeck led the Wildcats with 10, the only player in double figures. 4 points for Jack Albrand, and a 3-point shot hit by Michael Beekler. And Gibson Southern, 1 player in double figures. That was Caden Hurlis, and they also got 8 points from Noah Bryant. So Jasper will be on the road for 2 games next week, Friday and Saturday night at Boonville, and then also Saturday at Corydon Central. So that will be brought to you, of course, here on 18 WJTS. So for Jason Stamm and for Jeremy Markos on the video, my name is Craig Schneider. Jasper 46, Gibson Southern 43 here on 18 WJTS. Good afternoon.